What's up everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about supplements. I know I get asked about these all the time in the DMs, kind of what supplements you take for this, what supplements you take for that. So I'm going to take you through every single supplement I take during the day. Now I'm going to put the disclaimer there that you don't need any of these. 0 of these do you actually need. And very, very few of them are going to offer you that marginal gain that we talk about in bodybuilding as well. And then again, another few of these are going to be for kind of solely assisted people, people who are using steroids, just to kind of look after things a little bit. You want to be a bit more due diligent when you're taking things that are going to harm you a little bit more. So we've got things in place that can manage those the best that they can. So first supplement of the day is actually pre-workout. So right today, pre-workout, I've got a daily pump, which is just a pump product. I've also got JP's Stim here today. One is obviously stimulant based, so one has more caffeine in it, and one is more pump based, so you're going to have a lot more blood flow, a lot more vasodilation with something like this, and obviously no stimulant. So if you're someone who's sensitive to stimulants or you train in the evening, a pump product is going to be the one for you for sure. If you like a little bit of a kick, then a little stim workout always goes down a treat, especially if you're training early. This one's really good. This one's only like 27 quid online, 10% off for Josh 10 as well. So my first 2 supplements of the day are always a stimulant based pre-workout and a pump based pre-workout as well. And I generally tend to rotate off a stimulant every 3 to 4 months or so, and I'll take a couple of weeks off away from stimulants. So that is in this thing right here. We can actually move straight onto my second supplements of the day because they kind of, well, they're not intertwined, but you've got the pre-workouts and then we're going into intra-workout. So first up is, we've got an EAA, and also a highly branched cyclic dextrin. Now we know from research the combination of a highly digestible protein with a highly digestible carbohydrate intra-workout has been shown to mitigate some of that muscle protein breakdown. So if there was a weighing scale, one was muscle protein breakdown, one was muscle protein synthesis, we're just tipping the scales a little bit by introducing something intra. I also have my creatine intra as well. Nothing special about when I take it. I literally just have a shake, intra workout. You could throw it in any shape that you want. 5 grams a day is more than enough. No loading or anything like that. You will be saturated with creatine after a couple of weeks anyway. So if it's something that you take every day, I wouldn't even worry about it. So first pairings of supplements, we've got pre-workout, we've got intra-workout. The rest of my supplements come later on in the day. So let's go. Brief one here. I've got a bit of a tight groin. I don't know what I did to it. Didn't go or anything like that. So I've just put these plates down here on the floor. And all they do is they put me in a place where my adductor's not as elongated, so it doesn't pull on it as much. So actually this is quite a good one for you short guys out there if you want to lift your legs up, so try it. Him wearing those cups. Nice. Good. Come on, dig in. Good. Press, get it up. Hey, come on, man. Press. Fucking hell, no, he just goes to the nice. Oh. Push them elbows through. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Here we go. Good. Good. Ah! Come on then. And again. Here we go. Up. Up. Who are you? One more. Stay on. One more. Drive up hard. Yes. Deadlift. So you'll see with this exercise, we've got the reverse band on. This is very much to match the strength profile of the pec, where we know that we are strongest when we're short. So we're offloading with the band, where the band gets less tension. It's adding to that pec where we're strongest. When we're in that weak position, fully lengthened, we've actually got a bit of slack there, taking the pressure off the shoulders and just allowing that matching of the resistance profile and the strength profile. It's a great move. And again. And again. Good. Show me another. Come on. Yeah, come on. Show me another. Show me another. Come on. Drive up hard now. Drive up hard. Come on. Come on. It's dead to me so quick. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Drive hard and that's going to drop off. Good. Come on. Come on. Oh. So far, session's pretty good. I had a couple days off. Had a little bit of a dodgy session on Monday for my pool session. Just wasn't feeling it. I was tired. We've been hammering ourselves, and these guys take a couple days off every now and again, and I hadn't had one, so we took Monday semi off. I came in, did some deadlifts, and I left. Took Tuesday off, took Wednesday off, and today I feel like full. New high weigh in today. I was 111.8 today, so 112 kilos. Feeling good, feeling fresh. Apart from the groin, still fresh, feel good, feel strong. I can buy 50. So you might have seen us warm up on this exercise at the beginning, literally just down to getting a bit of a pump in the pec. I mean, and I say this a lot on here, I said if you can't feel a muscle, you can't connect to a muscle when you're pressing, or maybe it's your pull sessions you can't connect, do something first that you can get a great connection to, and you can get a mild pump in the area. You're not trying to cause damage, you're not trying to cause fatigue, you're just getting blood into the area. You will feel exercises a lot more. So we started on a pec deck, 2 sets not to failure. Then we did our incline press. Now we're back here to train to failure in that trainer motion. Got it? Yeah.
Did you put the seat down?
Yeah.
It feels fucking low down. Oh mate. Fucking low down.
Good, get it close, come on. Oh, yeah. Is that you?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Good, Josh. Powerful. Come on. And again, then. And again. Good. Drive. Come on. Through the midline. Come on. Get him now. Get him now. Which one? Whatever side you want. Yeah. Oh. Come on, finish that one. Here we go. Good.
Alrighty, we are back from the gym now to talk you through all the supplements that I take. And there's a few things that you need to consider with timings, which we'll go through. And there's a few things that you guys might not need at all, but there's some cool things that I use that you may never have heard of, and they are a little bit unique to my situation as such, considering where maybe I'm genetically predispositioned to have certain things in my blood work that I want to take care of. So we'll go through these one by one. I'll probably start with my favorite ones just so that you guys can get a little bit of an order and the thought process behind where I'm choosing these things. So for me, first up is going to be the whey. The reason why whey is my favorite one of my favorites, is because it is such an easy way to get your protein in. I have 300 grams of protein a day. Josh, why do you have so much protein? I'm 111 kilos, I'm on steroids. Shut up, all right? It's fine. 300 grams of protein. So I have like 2 of these a day, 70 grams each. Super easy, super creamy, vanilla. Perform whey is my favorite. This doesn't have any special abilities. It just tastes really good. My next favorite is obviously going to be creatine, one of the most heavily researched products in the world. We know this is actually actively going to give you more energy. You know, it's going to attach to that phosphate molecule after adenosine triphosphate breaks into diphosphate. That loose phosphate molecule will find a creatine to make creatine phosphate, and you'll have more energy. So we talked about this already, 5 grams daily, don't worry about saturating. Next up, one of my favorites is actually this. This is red yeast rice extract. Now this directly works on LDL. It brings it down. It can be toxic, hepatotoxic, liver toxic in high doses, but actually in low doses has been shown to be very, very effective in reducing low density lipoproteins, LDL. For me, I've always ran a little bit high on LDL for whatever reason, whether it's just genetics or whether it's my lifestyle, whether it's the food I eat, and I've actively seen this come down. And the way that I've seen that is I've had a blood test before, I've introduced this, and I've had a blood test after, not changed my training, my diet, my cardio or anything, and I've seen that number come down, which is pretty cool. And then I think in opposite to that, or nearly opposite to that, we have niacin here, along with KRILL oil. Now both of these are going to be working off that HDL pathway. Actually 500 milligrams of niacin. I did the exact same thing with the red yeast extract. I got a blood test and I waited 4 weeks. I used this And my HDL has naturally been pretty low since I started testing myself. When I was natural, when I was unnatural, my HDL was always below 1, which is the normal range. It was 0.98 when I was first natural. I actually took this for 4 weeks and my HDL came up above where it was before I was natural. So it actually rose above 1 for the first time ever using this. Just like the red yeast extract, in high doses can be hepatotoxic. So we keep this in low doses. 500 milligrams a day is perfect for me. And if I'm trying to have a little boost of HDL, I'll go up to 1 gram. But otherwise, this is spot on. Krill oil, this is just your perfect blend of omegas. Krill oil being my favorite type of oil to use versus like an omega-3 or omega-6. Super bioavailable. I make sure I get a very, very high quality one. This is Love Life Supplements. Insight do stock krill oil if you do fancy getting on there and getting yourself some discount with Josh 10. I needed this next day, so I just got this off Amazon. So both of those are really good. Those are probably like my favorite supplements if there was any, because they direct on me personally. We also know that when you're in a super physiological range of testosterone, we're actually going to act on an enzyme that stops the buildup of HDL. So actually, in taking testosterone, your HDL will come down just based off the enzyme that you're blocking there. So some HDL protection should be very, very conscious, not only in supplementation, but in your diet as well. And that's where it has to start. As we move a little bit further on, some things that are a little bit more specific to someone who is assisted. We've got a CV stack, which is directly, again, on the LDL and the HDL pathway. In this, there's so many things like vitamin D, vitamin K, there's panthenine, green tea extract, citrus bergamot, which is a really, really good one, astaxanthin, coenzyme CoQ10, and all of these things will act on those pathways. So this is more of a one that if you're assisted, both of these red yeast extract and krill oil and things like that, I would take if you've got issues with them, with LDL, with HDL, then you should bring them in, because a supplement should be a supplement to your diet and fill in those gaps that you're maybe missing. And for me, the only way to see those is to get a full panel. You can see if you're low on vitamin D. You can see if you're low on HDL, and we can have those things that can massively increase that ability. So a simple multivitamin. This is a very, very good multivitamin from Supplement Needs. It's slightly more on the expensive side for a multivitamin. You get what you pay for. You know, you've got a very, very good panel. Everything is covered in your daily need. I just take one of these with my food. And I think something just to note about the krill oil, the niacin, and also vitamin C, which is right here. All of these will also have what we call anti-inflammatory properties. So they will reduce inflammation within the body. There's something to consider there, because when we train, we create inflammation, and that inflammation is part of that hypertrophy process, that hypertrophy feedback loop to say, we're nice and inflamed there, we need some more blood there, we need to hypertrophy the area so that we don't get that inflammation next time. If you immediately put things in you that reduce that inflammation, you can potentially play with that hypertrophy feedback loop. So I always say anything that has an anti-inflammatory property, CBD, krill oil, niacin, vitamin C, any multivitamin, you want to look to take away from your workout, anywhere between 4 and 5 hours. If you train in the morning, have them in the evening. If you train in the afternoon, have them in the morning, just so we can protect that inflammation window. Vitamin D, something so simple, yet so overlooked in not the industry, in the world. Vitamin D defects are absolutely huge. They can have effects on your skin, your hair, your testosterone. So I thoroughly encourage you just to have some kind of vitamin D supplement every day. And if you've been tested and you're fine, that's great. If you've been tested and you're low, you'll literally feel the difference very, very quickly. There's a lot of good stories about it to say that people just start taking vitamin D and they feel the energy come back to them. So vitamin D, vitamin C, two super essentials for me, just for immune support as well. We know vitamin C has a huge impact on your immune system. The cold is coming, winter is coming, Corona is around. So I've actually been doubling up on my vitamin C. So I've been having 4 grams of vitamin C a day at the moment, and I feel good for it. I don't feel any worse, I don't feel any better, I just feel healthy, and that's the main thing here. Here we have TUDCA. This is more of a liver support. So naturally, anabolic androgenic steroids, they will put a little bit more stress through your liver. And we have to take those precautions to make sure we've got the support micronutrients, the support minerals, whatever you need to help liver health. We've got to be a little bit conscious of that. Alanine transferase, anything like that. If you see elevated enzymes, a little bit of TUDCA, some liver complex from Supplement Needs, two really good options just to help that liver protection there. We're going to finish up on these final two. These are a little bit alternative as such. Activated charcoal and also magnesium biglycinate. So magnesium biglycinate, we know it plays a huge role in sleep. Magnesium. I choose biglycinate because it's bound with the glycine molecule. Glycine is huge in collagen, in connective tissue rebuild, so it just helps to get a little bit of glycine in. But the magnesium I tend to have before bed as well, just so we can help that little bit of that sleep feedback as well. Generally just taking 500 milligrams a day, super easy. Activated charcoal, this is something that I use less frequently, more on a opportunity basis. Activated charcoal is great for a bad stomach, and when your food is super fucking high, you do have more frequent bad stomach, you do have stomach aches, you do have loose stool, and that is what happens. But this activated charcoal really helps me. I'm not going to say that everyone's going to get it when they're in high off season or anything like that. Mostly comes down to poor food choice. But when you're in off season and you're trying to get food in, you can make the wrong decisions. And I'm not going to sit here and say I make the right decisions and have healthy food every day, because I definitely don't. So this is just something that helps me. You guys have seen the pre-workouts, the EAAs and the pumps. These things just rotate through as we go. And that is generally everything that I take. Every now and again, I'll bring in something called Support Max. I've actually just run out recently, which I'm just waiting for my new order. This is like a gold standard assisted user supplement. We'll put a picture of it up on screen right now. It's called Support Max, but it has a huge benefit in terms of protecting heart, kidney, liver, the most important things that we're thinking about. When you're putting yourself through extra strain of anabolics, you've got to do your due diligence with supplements. You know, a lot of people complain about the price of anabolics. It comes with the supplements, it comes with everything else. If you can put a price on health, more for you, I think, because I couldn't put a price on my health. So that's pretty much everything I take with those supplements. If you guys ever have any questions about supplements, just drop me a DM, drop a comment, I'll reply to all of these. And most, if not all of these, you can get some form of on insidersupplements.com. Josh 10 for discount on all your products. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Supplements done. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Peace.